Hello guys, it's William here from Trigger Airsoft. We've got something new and exciting for you guys today. We're going to take a first look at the brand new Poseidon Punisher Plus HPA series. So the three guns in front of me represent Poseidon's Punisher Plus HPA line. Now they're offered in three different models, with the main difference being the barrel length. Now on the shorter end, for those who like tight close quarters CQB action, we have the PDW at about 7 inches overall length. In the middle ground, we have their carbine length at 10 inches, their QRF line. Now this is going to be kind of your balance in between CQB, mid-range, and maybe a little bit long-range action. Now on the longer end, for those who like to build their DMRs or prefer mid to long range engagements, we have the Sniper. Now this is a 14-inch barrel length, and this represents kind of like the longest version for the Punisher Plus. Now we're going to take a look at the external features using the QRF as our baseline model, and then we're going to go look at the internals of the gun. So in front of me is the QRF. Now this is going to be our sample model to represent the two other submodels, as they're all built the same, with the only difference again being the barrel length. We're going to start from the front to the end. At the very tip, we have a full metal kind of sound amplifier looking flash hider. Now this is removable to expose a 14mm counterclockwise thread, so any sort of muzzle attachments, flash hiders, mock suppressors, or tracer units can be able to go right on. Now we have a standard M-LOK rail. This is going to be made out of metal with built-in QD slots on both sides for your sling mount. On top, we have a removable front sight, and then we have standard 1913 Picatinny rail on the top. Now the center receiver is going to be made out of fiber reinforced polymer, so it's going to be very lightweight but also have some sort of rigidity. It can at least withstand some abuse and also maintain the gun as to be a very, very light platform. Now, being an AR, it has standard AR controls, so we actually have an ambidextrous fire control and also an enlarged magazine release. And then inside, we have a standard AEG style rotary hop-up. In terms of magazines, they can take any sort of standard AR magazines. AEG, you don't have to actually buy any special mags, so any standard AEG magazines will be able to fit. We do recommend the Poseidon magazines that it comes with. We also sell them as a pack, as they are very, very good. Moving to the back, we have standard AR style stock. This is removable, so if you want to put your own aftermarket stocks, it can be easily go on the buffer tube. We have a removable rear sight, and then lacking a motor because it's not AEG, we have the grip line that extends to the pistol grip. In terms of the weight, this thing is going to be very, very light. Because it's an HPA engine, it does not have any sort of AEG components on the inside. It keeps it very light, very well balanced, and it really is easy to point and maneuver. Now we're going to take a look at the setup and also how to run this gun very shortly, and we'll see you at our shooting range. We're now in the testing area. Now we're going to talk about how to set up the gun and the tank so that it's ready for use. Now for the regulator, in terms of the output, Poseidon recommends using a regulator that has an output of about 80 to 120 psi, with the actual output setting at about 100 psi to start. Now let's connect this to the gun, and we'll see how everything works. So the Punisher Plus series run on the Mechlabs HPA engine that is tuned by Poseidon. Now a unique feature of the engine is that it's a pneumatic powered engine, which means it does not require any batteries at all. It uses an air cylinder that siphons air from your tank to actually run the system, which means that this gun is very good for kind of adverse conditions if you're worried about kind of your battery or the ECU inside kind of sparking or shorting from water. Now in terms of connecting the pneumatic system, plug it in like your standard HPA setup. Now if you're using this gun for the first time, you actually hear small hissing. It's not that there's an air leak, it's actually the tank pre-filling the kind of inner air cylinder. Now, when you're first using the gun, or if you haven't used the gun in a while, you might have to wait either like 30 seconds or more, up to a few minutes, so that the inner air cylinder is pressurized. You can accelerate this process by pressing and pulling the trigger multiple times to kind of open and close the valves to get that air cylinder full. Now we've actually already pre-filled the cylinder to make everything a little bit faster. Now let's see how well and how consistent the gun actually shoots. So that was at 120 psi. And because this is HPA, in terms of the actual muzzle velocity, it varies in terms of how much your output pressure is. Now the only difference between the shorter PDW and the longer sniper version is the required PSI to achieve your target FPS. For example, with the sniper, which is a longer barrel, you don't need to crank your PSI as high to achieve the same amount of FPS as compared to, let's say if you're using the shorter PDW, you might have to increase your PSI a little bit more to achieve your target FPS. Now because this is also HPA, the rate of fire is a little crazy. From our testing, about 25 to 30 rounds per second. Take a look at that. In terms of magazines, because the gun is based off of an AEG platform, it takes standard AEG magazines. So other than the Poseidon magazine, it can also take magazines from your most popular brands, such as the PTS EPM, the EPM1, Arcturus, Mid-Cap magazine, Blue Box, Lonex, Crytac, and many others. So after we're done, to make the gun safe, make sure we remove the magazine and disconnect the air hose. But also remember, after disconnecting the air hose, because we have that mini air tank inside that still has a little bit of pressure, we need to fire off that one shot to make sure that it's rendered safe. So now we're going to head back to our showroom and run through our final conclusions on what we think of the Punisher Plus HPA. So what do we think about this series overall? Now, HPA has always been known to be very reliable and high performing. That is, if it's set up correctly and you're able to jump over that price barrier. Now, Poseidon has done the hard work for us by providing us an out-of-the-box ready HPA platform that is very affordable. Built on an existing AR style platform, which is very familiar to a lot of users, you can easily pick up the gun and you're ready to go. In terms of the actual value, I think this is very good for those that are looking to kind of get into HPA or just looking for a very reliable platform overall. The controls are easy to use, it's very lightweight, very easy to set up, doesn't require a battery, just plug in and play. So I think the Poseidon Punisher Plus series is excellent in that regard. Now all these three guns are available right now here at Airsoft. You can check them out online or in store. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to visit us and we'll be happy to answer and kind of set up and find the right one for you. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below. Now, feel free to follow our other social media pages for the latest updates, such as our Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. We do post daily. With that being said, we'll see you on the field, and this is Airsoft, out.